Okay, my dear students, I couldn't complete the poem in the previous video. Had I continued further, it would have been tiresome to you people. So that to avoid the predicament, I have stopped it there itself. Let's move on to the poem further in this video. My grandfather cut more turf in a day than any other man on Turner's bog. Once I carried him milk in a bottle, corked slappily with paper. He straightened up to drink it, then fell to right away, nicking and slicing neatly, having thoughts over his shoulders, going down and down for the good tough digging. Okay. Here, in the previous stanza, the poet refers that his father is a hard worker and his father was a hard worker and so was his grandfather. Here, in this stanza, he begins the stanza with the same. My grandfather cut more turf in a day than any other man on Turner's bog. Turner's bog, it's their area of residence. It's their area of residence. So, his grandfather was famous for hard work. His grandfather was famous for hard work. People would say that the poet's grandfather would not be beaten by anyone in doing hard work. In those days, he was cutting more grass of potatoes in a day. Nobody was there to beat him in doing hard work. So here, once again the poet becomes nostalgic. Once again the poet starts thinking about his childhood. One day the poet was asked to give him a glass of milk. So the poet went up to his grandfather, who was busy with his harvesting activity. He was digging at that juncture. The poet went up to his grandfather with a bottle of milk. So to cover the opening of the bottle, he used a paper. On reaching his grandfather, the poet gave it to his grandfather, but the grandfather didn't even say anything. He simply took it and emptied the bottle, and again he at once he resumed what he had stopped. So it shows that his grandfather was dedicated for his hard work. His grandfather was dedicated to his hard work. So after completion of emptying the milk bottle, he became busy in cutting the crop. He became busy in removing waste grass from the crop. So after separating the waste grass from the crop, he collected the crop with his handfuls and started throwing the separated crop over his shoulders. So he didn't even think of any other thing. He was busy there in removing the grass. He was busy there in separating the grass and the crop. He was doing as if he was doing the work like a mission, as if it had been the only business for him. సో ఈ స్టాంజాను మనం గమనించినట్టయితే కవి నోస్టాలజిక్గా మారిపోయాడు. అంటే గత జ్ఞాపకాలను గుర్తుకు తెచ్చుకోవడం. ఇంతకుముందు మనము చర్చించుకున్నటువంటి స్టాంజాలో కవి తన తండ్రిని తన గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్తో పోల్చాడు. ఇద్దరు కూడా హార్డ్ వర్క్లో నన్ ఈజ్ బిహైండ్ ది అదర్, ఏ ఒక్కరు కూడా ఒకరికి మరొకరు తక్కువ కాదన్నట్టుగా చెప్పడం జరిగింది. అయితే ఈ స్టాంజాలో కవి తన గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్ గురించి చెప్తున్నాడు. వీళ్ళు టోనర్స్బోర్గ్ అన్నటువంటి ప్రాంతంలో నివసించేవారు. ఆ ప్రాంతంలో కవి తాతగారికి ఒక మంచి పేరుంది. అదేంటంటే ఎవరు కూడా ఈయన మాదిరిగా కష్టపడలేరు, ఎవరు కూడా ఈయన కష్టించి పని చేసినట్టుగా ఎవరు చేయలేరు అన్నటువంటి పేరు. ఒకసారి కవి అతడికి ఒక బాటిల్ నిండా పాలను ఇచ్చాడు. అంటే అతను కష్టపడి పని చేస్తున్నప్పుడు అతనికి ఇవ్వమని ఇతని ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళు చెప్పడము, ఇతను వెళ్ళి ఇవ్వడము. తర్వాత ఆ బాటిల్ మూత స్థానంలో ఒక పేపర్ నుంచి తీసుకెళ్ళాడు. కానీ ఇతని గ్రాండ్ ఫాదర్ అవేవి పట్టించుకోకుండా ఆ పేపర్ని పడవేసి ఆ పాల సీసాను ఖాళీగా చేసి తను చేస్తున్న పనిని ఒక్క నిమిషం కూడా ఆపకుండా ఇమ్మీడియట్గా తన పని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. సో ఆయన చేస్తున్నటువంటి పని ఎలా ఉందంటే ఏదో ఒక మిషన్ చేస్తున్నట్టుగా ఉంది. బట్ మెకానిజం అనేది అక్కడ లేదు. డెడికేషన్ కనబడుతున్నది, చిత్తశుద్ధి కనబడుతున్నది. ఈ పని నేను ముగించాలి అన్నటువంటి దృఢచిత్తం కనిపించింది. తర్వాత అతను రిమూవ్ చేసినటువంటి గడ్డి నుండి క్రాప్ను, పండినటువంటి పంటను సెపరేట్ చేసినటువంటి ప్రొడ్యూస్ని, సెపరేట్ చేసినటువంటి పంట దిగుబడిని తన చేతులతో బయటికి పడవేయడం జరిగింది. The cold smell of potato mold, the squelch and slap of soggy peat, the cuts of an edge through living roots awaken in my head, but I have no spade to follow men like them. So here the poet describes his memories. While describing, he recollects. While recollecting what has happened, he feels the smell. He not only recollects the past incidents, but also he feels the smell of a cool potato. And then he sees with his mental eye the wetness of the potatoes. The poet compares the potatoes with wet coal, soggy peat. Soggy means wet, peat means coal. So he compares the potatoes with wet coal. Thereafter he sees how his grandfather, with his mental eye, how his grandfather used to cut or separate the potatoes from the grass. So when he recollects all these things and sees with his mental eye, he thinks that all those incidents are alive. All those incidents which are the result of the past are rejuvenated again. but he says that he has no spade to follow his grandfather and father. Both his grandfather and father are hard workers. Both of them have used spades. Both of them have used tools in order to carry out their regular activity of agriculture. But here, unlike them, he has pen. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests. I'll dig with it. So here, in the concluding lines, he says that he has pen unlike his predecessors. How they have dug with their spades, he also starts digging with his pen. He says that they have produced agricultural output. Instead of agricultural output, he says that he will produce poetry. He says that he will produce literature. Both are productive activities. Both agriculture and literature are productive activities. Agriculture teaches culture. Agriculture saves lives. But literature also teaches how a man has to be. Literature strengthens culture. Literature makes a man how he has to live. So that here we can understand the view of the poet. Both literature and agriculture are the essential things to human beings. So this is about the poem Digging. Thank you one and all for giving this opportunity. Thank you, my dear students.